Sarah from the Upcoming, fabulous, so nice to chat to you. I believe it was Jamie Lee Curtis that first came across Lizzie's book and thought not only how important to tell this true story, but right now, I mean, it can literally feel like the world is burning. So why was it important to you to tell the story?
Well, I mean, I've been a really big fan of Paul's for a long time, and particularly how he tackles, real life events and how he manages to make exciting, thrilling, edge of your seat type of films, but never lose the character drive, never lose the drama of the narrative human story happening at the core. And so I was excited to work with him, and I was excited by the human journey that Mary and Kevin took, the real life heroes of this story. So that was all really exciting, and the movie is obviously set on the backdrop of California's deadliest wildfire. And as we see happening all around the world, unprecedented and unpredictable destructive wildfires are more and more a part of our reality. And so that also felt like a really good reason to tell the story. So
being on this set, I mean, Paul was saying how, he wanted to do a lot of it for real. You were on that bus, and what about working alongside Matthew? Because obviously the connection between Kevin and Mary is the crux of the story, the human way into this story. So what was the shoot like, and particularly working with Matthew?
Yeah, I mean, Matthew and I didn't know each other at all before we started working, and I think it really worked towards the story. I mean, Kevin and Mary are strangers when they meet. They don't have a rapport. They're not friendly. They don't have to have a backstory and a history. And so I think that really worked to our advantage. And we really kind of stuck to being on set, working through the scenes, and through the course of the work, kind of found more of a common language, more intimacy as scene partners, in the way that Kevin and Mary are finding more of a connection as they go through this insane experience together. And so, yeah, I think our working relationship really benefited and mirrored kind of how Kevin and Mary found each other,
And a key thread does seem to be it's never too late, whether that's on a personal level or when we are looking more broadly at things like climate change. So do you think that's an important takeaway?
Yeah, when I first read the script, I was really moved by, in particular, the scene where Kevin and Mary, in a really vulnerable moment, and how they were strangers hours before, and now they're sort of facing the scariest truth of their own mortality and humanity together. And what comes forward is sort of that idea of second chances. And if I had a second chance, what would I do with it? And what would I do with more time? And was that all it was? And what did I wish I had done? And so I think on a personal level, on a community level, on a global level, the story is about second chances. It's about the choices we're making in our lives and in our world. And, the fact that we do have time to make new choices, different choices. So, yeah.
Amazing. Huge congrats on the movie. Thanks so much for your time.